There.
We'll ease into it.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Slide in. Welcome everybody to the Slide In podcast.
This is all about sliding in and our experiences sliding.
Sometimes you gotta slide.
We gotta slide.
Slippery slide.
Slippy slide.
Slipperoony.
Slipperdactyl.
Slide.
Slide it. Slide it. Yeah. So welcome to Digital Cortex. I don't know what the fuck that was. This is your supposed to be weekly
This is your captain
dose
speaking
of random content. But last week was rough.
This is nice.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
What is it? No.
It's a Zippo. It's
Notorious?
It's a thin one.
Yeah, but what does it say?
Notorious.
Oh, Notorious.
That's a notorious unicorn.
I guess.
Yeah, I gotta fill it up. It's not lighting.
Is a unicorn a goat from the future?
Fucking shit. What? Is a unicorn a goat from the future? I feel like a unicorn is so far away from being goat. Like if a goat evolves into a unicorn, what the fuck does a horse look like when it evolves? You know what I mean?
Probably be like a rhinoceros or something. You have the fuel?
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Oh, okay. Word. You guys just bought these or what? Is that why there's
I bought them a couple weeks ago.
This is Trainwreck. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that's a
Cantaloupe Trainwreck? What the hell's that?
That's this.
The fuck?
I got this little cart right there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we could put that in. If you wanna.
Yeah, throw it in there. Let's check it out. I've had Trainwreck, but not Cantaloupe. Trainwreck. I haven't had a melon with Trainwreck. And this is brought to you by Red's Hard Apple.
Oh yeah, you know what? We used to have like an ongoing thing about us drinking and what we'd be drinking when we were on here. We haven't done that in a bit.
We didn't. We never did the tic-tac-toe too. We could have did the tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, with the glass shot.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, it's chess, checkers.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said tic-tac-toe.
Oh, I did, huh?
Yeah.
I've seen a tic-tac-toe one.
I feel like this is so deep because it's taller. More.
That was good.
Oh, that's too much.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta let it soak. I don't know what it... Oh, nope, that was way too much.
Yeah, don't light yourself on fire.
No, I'm gonna try not to, but I don't know what to do now.
Wash your hands for sure.
Well, I know, but if I put it, it's gonna seep out.
Maybe put some in the sink.
You know what? I'll pour it into this one.
Okay, there you go.
I'll pour it into this Zippo.
You can pour it. Some people lift that. Some people just pour it right on the fucking sponge.
Oh no, you're not supposed to pour it right on this.
Yeah, I've seen it done both ways. This dude was giving a tutorial. But that's gonna work, I guess.
I think the sponge already soaked it all up.
Yeah, I didn't see anything come out.
It doesn't matter. Oh, it's all in there.
Oh, it fell to the bottom.
It fell through, yeah. Fuck, I closed it. Now I gotta open it. If you don't know, Zippos have like these cotton with a wick going through the cotton inside their little casing. And then there's it's like a little cotton pad that it lies in as well. And you're supposed to refill it with the Zippo lighter fluid.
Yeah. butane, right? Isn't it butane?
No, it's not butane.
It's what is it? Petroleum. Okay. It's light petroleum.
Yeah. Whatever that is. Okay.
I'll light it.
Yeah, that lights up now.
Ew.
Wow.
There you go.
There you are.
And that's how you.
That's the way it goes.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, this is a good one. And we got these pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like buy one, get one free. And it was
I like those deals.
$32, $33.
Yeah, around 15, 16 bucks each. It's not bad.
And it's the tall ones.
Yeah, the 1 grams. Yes.
And they were gonna sell us their own, right? This is a half gram. And we were gonna buy these, and they're like, for like $3 more, you can get the full gram on this brand. We're like, okay.
Dude, did you hear about Walking Dead?
No, what happened?
They're gonna come out with a prequel with Shane.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so Shane's it's gonna be like his story, like what the fuck went down and shit. Probably more chaotic, like people running around, and then he takes Rick's family, and remember they're separated for a while. So
well, see, that's the thing is he was only in that coma for how long? 2 months?
I don't know. I don't remember. Did they even
2
give
weeks?
it? It was a while, I think.
No, it was long enough for shit to go crazy, but not long enough to where
he would die.
Like, he would die on his own.
Well, he was hooked up to, but I don't know.
No, but at that point, like electricity was gone and everything.
But even after he woke up, he didn't find them right away.
No,
so
he didn't.
Yeah, so you can expand that time.
Let's see.
So they could do a pretty good amount of episodes.
It was 3 months in a coma.
Whoa.
I think that's what it said. 4 and 5 weeks, or a little over a month. Okay. A little over a month.
You can live a month without food?
Well, he was in the coma for a little over a month, but it didn't break out right away.
He was in the hospital, yeah.
He was in the hospital, so how long was he in the coma after everything happened?
Probably a couple weeks.
It could be a couple weeks, could be a couple days.
I think at least a week.
Yeah, enough time for like the hospital to get ransacked and shit.
And everybody just fucking dissipate and clear out. The military went through. There was leftover vehicles. Like there was a tent, remember, with like supplies. Like they were really trying to.
But see, that's my point, though. It's only a couple weeks, right, that he'd been out, and then let's say it took him like he'd been separated from them for what, a couple months or something.
I think it could have been longer.
Oh, let's find out now. I gotta look that up.
Because in Showtime, it wasn't that long, but it could have been over a year. 2 years. I don't know how long they were separated.
Let's see here. Started on this.
But even if it was like... Go ahead.
No, I'm still looking at it.
Does it say, or... Because if it doesn't say, that'll leave them up to interpretation. They can say however long they want.
I guess people are like questioning the main thing. Let's see. Lori took like 2 to 3 days of mourning for Rick before she started banging Shane.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah, I guess that's the main question of what I walked into here. Wasn't what I was looking for.
Yeah, people are, there was a whole group of people that didn't like her because of, moving on and all that shit. I remember that. They were kind of mad. They're like, oh my God, she just moved on to Shane, his best friend.
I guess it was like 64 days into the whole thing before he finds him.
Okay. I mean, if they start doing like an episode a day or something, that's 60 episodes, worth of content. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Plus,
Rick found his family around day 61, day 62.
Plus, he was in a coma for a bit, so they could start where it's just normal life.
And he woke up from the coma on day 59. So from him waking up to the coma and finding his family, it was like 5 or 6 days. Like it took him a week.
Like season 1 could be not before anything happened. It could just be like shit's going south. People are wondering what's going on.
Well, see,
like
that's the thing is like, so then we're going to have like a season of his story. We want his backstory. Is it his backstory before that shit happens?
I don't know.
Or is it his backstory like when that shit happens? Because if it's when that shit happens, this is a mini series. Because it's
how stretch it out. Because
how many seasons can you stretch out? A couple months though.
A lot. Yeah, they could.
Not to mention this actor, like The Walking Dead came out what 2010, 2011.
You fit in flashbacks. They go to his childhood, like
2009, no 2010, I think.
They could constantly fill with flashbacks of his life as a kid.
I get that.
They could do side stories of him and Rick on missions as cops. Like
that's still a lot of time. How interesting is it between all that time? You know,
dude, if it shows Shane fucking people up, people will watch it, dude. People love Punisher. And that means
it's got to come back with his brother, and we already got bits and pieces of his backstory throughout The Walking Dead.
Yeah, dude, they're writers. That's what they do, man. They'll figure shit out.
I like the idea, but like I don't know how much of it.
And they're supposed to be working on Punisher too, so he's gonna be busy, man.
Are they keeping the same Punisher?
Yeah. Oh, dude, they can't change him, dude.
I guess you're right. Like
he's been training.
They're keeping the same Daredevil, and he came out in the Daredevil series.
Yeah. No, they're bringing him. They're bringing him in the universe, man. I think that's James Gunn, dude. James Gunn's probably like, why are we not using him? Well, actually, James Gunn's not part of Marvel.
James Gunn is
that's right. He's in DC. Side. But somebody was like, "Yo, why isn't?"
Well, I think what they're thinking is that these people, they do already have fan bases. Like definitely, you know who they're not bringing back? Iron Fist
or Luke Cage.
Possibly not Luke Cage, but I don't know. I mean, his wasn't too bad.
What about Jessica Jones?
She was great, but I don't see her fitting into that universe more than a cameo.
What is she gonna do? Drink people to death?
I mean, she's pretty strong.
Watch how much I can drink.
Did you watch that?
I watched parts of it. I didn't watch a lot.
Dude, it's so good. David Tennant does such a good job playing the Purple Man.
The way they built a lot of those episodes, it was so early, right? Weren't they doing these in the 2010s and shit?
Oh yeah, these are older.
Yeah,
because this is when like they sold the TV rights,
and there was no Disney app,
and we saw the movie. Marvel Cinematic Universe starting to come up, and there was bits and talks of like, different events and stuff that was happening.
Yeah,
and the shows at the time, they were affected by that, so they do mention it that it happened, or like the alien attacks or some shit like that.
Yeah,
like they'll talk about that. And that shit deeply affected a lot was the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. So this wasn't a Netflix one. This was on ABC 7. ABC 7 California, but ABC
15.
15 here?
Yeah, get your numbers right, man.
Oh, wow. It was an ABC show. Because Disney, I think, owned ABC. Well,
they own
right?
ABC. Yeah. They own ESPN. Yeah.
So that's where they got the show going, I think. No, I think that was before Disney. Regardless, the show was on there.
Yeah, maybe, you know what, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., maybe it was on Fox.
I don't think it was a Fox show.
No?
Because they didn't have the rights to those characters.
Okay.
I think they partnered with, I don't know. But the thing is that we get revisited by, like in the movies, in those early movies, the first like Avengers movie, Loki kills Agent Coulson.
Yeah.
He was the one who was like tying it all together in the early first phase.
I think that was in was it one of the Captain Americas? Or was it in Avengers?
No, it was Avengers because they were up against Loki.
It was when they were in that floating base.
Yes.
Yeah, he kills them.
He killed them, and then And he had shown up previously. Like, he was in Thor. He was, the agent that was sent to go.
Yeah.
Because he was a top agent, Agent Coulson. In the comics, that's the way he's perceived too. He's the agent. So they gave him his own TV show. Was
he more athletic in the comics? Like, did he fuck people up? Like,
oh, he fucked people up in the TV show too, all the time.
But I feel like they
didn't utilize him as much in the movies as they did in the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I didn't watch a lot of the TV show.
Oh, the TV show is great.
But a lot of people liked it, yeah.
Oh, I remember. It was fantastic. And the sad part is that behind the scenes, the Marvel movie writers, they didn't communicate stuff to the TV show because they were trying to keep everything secret.
Yeah.
So you remember in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, where we find out that Hydra has infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain America's got that scene in the elevator and shit.
Hell Hydra.
Yeah, Hell Hydra. So we have a show on TV happening at the same time called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where now all the characters that we knew, the writers had to be like, wait, what? You're saying that they're agents here? So now we've got to have double agents in here and see what they're dealing with. So they had to write the story where Phil Coulson, Agent Coulson, and his team have to deal with finding out that there's Hydra agents in S.H.I.E.L.D.
So that became a whole new storyline.
They had to flop storylines on a dime mid-season because of this. That. Yeah. And then they had to take some of the characters. They decided to take characters that were in the show, like the main characters,
and turn them evil.
And they turned them evil. And it was fucking crazy. But it was entertaining. Like those writers.
They must have been like, you motherfuckers.
They were. They must have all the fucking time. And they never got to play with the big guns, There was no cameo from fucking Hulk or Iron Man, even in their suits or anything.
I think, and you know what it is it's the new internet age that affected all of this because they're so secretive. Like with their scripts and their information,
they couldn't trust another studio to not leak anything.
Yeah,
so they would tell them like after, like before the movie would come out. So they'd be like, "Hey, this is what's happening," and then anything that they would do, they still had to send their scripts up to get approval. So if they wanted to work with a character, and this happens a lot of like. For example, Kevin Smith, he made a story about this too. So they'll have a writing specific for a specific Marvel character from the comic books. Yeah. In Kevin Smith example, he wanted to write something with, I think it was Swamp Thing, or no, he wanted to do Werewolf by Night.
Okay.
And he wanted to write something like that. And they told him, well, you can't use that character. And he's like, well, why not? It's just an obscure character. And they're like, you can't use it. Don't ask questions. You just cannot use it. And then sure enough, what we got was a Werewolf by Night project coming out.
Yeah.
So, but they did the same thing where they had to take their scripts and whatever they were working on, and they had to shoot it up to the big guys in the movies, and then they would be like, no, you can't use this character, or you can't use this character at all. You can use this character, but they can't say that. They have to do this. And they would have to edit the scripts and everything so quickly. So those writers, props to them to just spin. I mean, that whole crew that worked on that show to spin everything on its side. Like, it's a big budget show for what it is. It
probably messed up what they had been working on. So they just had to fucking toss away these whole storylines that they had built. But they also got a new toy. We get to add evil agents in there, and we get to turn some people. So it probably was fun too.
They did a fantastic job introducing the Inhumans on Earth. Because we got that Inhumans TV show, right? That everyone hated.
Yeah.
And that talks about the Inhumans that have escaped to the moon, early on. But in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, we deep dive into Inhumans and who they are and how they get their powers and all that bullshit. So, I mean, it's actually kind of funny because when Marvel was creating superheroes, you were either a mutate or a mutant, right?
Yeah.
Mutant was like born that way. Like they were part of like the
Their
X-Men.
genetics or
like
whatever.
you were just born with these abilities and it's a mutation in your body. A mutate is more like Spider-Man.
They changed.
Mm-hmm. They were bitten or exposed
normal
to something.
Yeah.
And they developed powers, or it was a cosmic force or something like that.
Or like Deadpool, it was a fucking experiment.
Right. And then you have like the techno people, like Iron Man uses technology to be super and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then you have just like alien beings and the Guardians of the Galaxy type bullshit.
But he has technology, but did they ever, I don't know how much you know about Iron Man, but did they ever like shoot him up with like some fucking super sauce or something, you know, like some like bio engineered?
To my knowledge,
that would be kind of cool.
I feel like there might have been one or two storylines where it's a temporary development of
because he should have
things for him, or it's something that's like dire, or maybe a cosmic event of everybody getting together and it's a special edition.
They could do that too if he's because he was in space a lot too.
But whenever they do that, it's always temporary. Like they're not going to give him the powers forever. It's something that you get in like a small story arc, but it's not something that's
or a branch offset,
right?
Where because
the way the comics work is you'll have a run from somebody, right? You'll have a writing team and a creative team who's writing the comics for that character, and they'll run like issue 1 through 33 through 40, whatever. And in all of those issues of that title of book, let's say like The Amazing Spider-Man, there are going to be different story arcs. And those story arcs will usually span like 1 to 6 comic books or something like that. Or sometimes they'll span like 20. And that's only the first 20 out of 100 that they're at. Or whatever they're
going to do,
whatever number they're going at.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like might have been like story arcs. Like think about Spider-Man and the symbiote suit. There were comic storylines where he took that symbiote suit, and you're reading these that come out every week, or every month. Like it could be a once a month issue or a bi-monthly issue. So you're either getting it twice a week or once a month. And you're waiting for like a year reading these story arcs. Because think about it, like 6 months gets you through one. And if it's a crazy one, like the whole entire Venom saga, you're reading that whole saga over like the course of 20 issues. And if they come out once a month, you're getting them over the course of a couple of years. Like, I think that's why people are so obsessed and they get invested in it, you know, is because they spend a lot of time and money. And you think about that, that's like $5 a comic book now.
It's cool art. It's got all kinds of interesting plot lines
but Spider-Man like merging with the symbiote happened over a course of several issues. Yeah. And we see that progression of his change and stuff, which is why it's so, you know, such a hailed storyline that people look back and they're like, oh, that was a cool storyline. It lasted so long enough to see him progress with the suit on, get the powers, thinking we as an audience are thinking it's like, oh yeah, this is a good thing. And then we see that the suit's bad and it's starting to overtake him and he has to get rid of it and he sheds it. And then when that suit goes on to inhabit another body, Venom. We're all like in our heads like, oh shit. And then we never hear from that again for another like story arc. We go through a whole different story with him. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the suit comes back and we're being shown like flashbacks to when that happened. And we're like, oh shit, that happened in issue 273. Now I got to go back 5 years and go look at it.
They tried to really get into it too with the Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire and what was it? Toby, what the heck was his name? Topher Grace. Yeah. And it just kind of
it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't. No.
And it's because I think
it's such a good story. They're gonna bring it back. They're gonna redo it. I know they're gonna reboot that shit.
Oh yeah, but here's the problem with it: is but you know we did see that at the end of the most recent Spider-Man movie, the after credits.
Yeah,
we had Venom from the Sony pictures And that's the big thing, is that Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man and his ensemble of villains.
Yeah, are you talking about where he's in the bar or whatever?
Yes. So he's in the bar, and that's the oh shit, what's that actor's name? You know, Bane.
Yeah, that's what's his face?
I can't think of it right now.
God, what the heck is his name without looking it up?
Jesus, what does it start with? I'm a total blank on everything.
Okay,
like,
let's try it.
I can picture his face and his distinctive facial features.
Let's see. Come on. What's your name?
Gosh,
what's your name? Hello. You merely adopted the dog.
I would. No,
you had it. It was there. Let it out.
I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it.
It was coming, dude. I even heard. Oh. Hey.
Fuck, what's his name?
His name is, he was in The Fighter. He was, name some movies, man, that he was in. He was in Inception.
He was in Inception, huh?
Yeah.
He's so good. He's such a great actor. It's hard to like completely.
It's almost better when he uses his accent, like when it is natural like accent, and he gets like into it.
What the fuck is his name? I'm gonna have to ask Google. Man.
It's Connor. It's
no, it's not Connor.
I know it's not, but I'm just throwing names. Just throw names out and see if you can. Hold on, before we ask, fucking AI. Come on. What is his name? It's Charlie.
No, it's not Charlie.
It's Ewan. It's let's see. Come on. Guess some names. What do you think? Guess a name. See if you can.
I can't.
This is a test in memory.
And my memory is failing me, man.
You think so?
It's so bad right now.
Is it getting worse? Or it's just bad? It's just consistently bad.
I think it's just getting worse.
Oh, you think it is? It's deteriorating.
Mm-hmm.
The synapses are not firing anymore. Why can't I remember though? I usually have a good memory. Damn it. It's I keep thinking McGuire. Like I don't know why that keeps popping in my head.
That's Tobey Maguire.
No, I know, but I don't know why. That's like, I'll just look it up. Okay. Suspense over. We failed.
I just asked Google. Hey, Google, who played Venom?
Venom has a cast of more than 60 actors.
Oh,
Here
shit.
are the first three. Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson.
Hey, Google, stop.
That's right.
Did she say Woody Harrelson? Oh, he did play. No, he didn't play Venom, though. He played Carnage.
Yeah, but he was in a Venom movie.
Oh, because she's saying the cast of Venom.
Yeah, that's why she said so many.
I didn't ask you for the cast.
But I know they had the end credit, but I want them to start over because I don't like how they fucked up all the movies, dude. Like,
well, that's the thing about starting over for it. So Tom Hardy's Venom is in a bar. Okay, so he's in a bar, and he's explaining to the bartender, like, I think he's in a bar in Hawaii or something because he was on vacation.
Yeah.
So he's on this island, can't go anywhere because he doesn't exist there, and he thinks he's on vacation anyway. And he's there talking to the bartender, trying to get him to understand that, like, he was sitting there and then all of a sudden everything changed and he's in this room and he's from a different universe. And then he goes back. But when he does, we see on the napkin or on the bar table, there is a piece of Venom that is now in this universe.
yeah.
And that's how they got Venom into our Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So they could branch off and say it's another universe and then use somebody totally different. That's right. And they could still keep Tom Hardy in his own franchise.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember now. Yeah. Which, I mean, that would work. That would make everybody happy, right?
Yes, but here's the question, though. If they decide to do that, because a lot of different people have worn Venom, right? So what do they do? Do they go with Brock? What is his name? Brock Thompson? Or no, that's not right.
Brock Lobster.
The first name is Brock. Brock was the guy who...
The reporter.
The reporter.
Yeah.
And he was...
working for the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, Peter Parker's rival, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he got the Venom outfit by
chance.
By chance at that chapel.
Yeah.
Okay. So could be him again, but if they do, like, this is a different version of Tom Hardy, right? Or do they decide, oh, Tom Hardy looks the same in both universes?
Or just reboot the franchise with Tom Hardy. They've done that too, where they reboot They did it with.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the second part. It's like, oh, well, Tom Hardy does exist in this universe. Tom Hardy's Brock is in this universe, but he's just, different. So now it's a different take on the character or something. Yeah. But it's the same actor because he looks the same. Or they create a whole different actor with a whole different thing, but they're keeping that same name. Now, there are other people who've used it, like Deadpool's used the Venom suit.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Throw him in there.
Who else has touched it?
Hulk.
Flash Thompson touched it.
Okay, so there's a story arc with Flash.
Yes. Flash Thompson touched it like, oh, you touch it and it's yours. No. But Flash Thompson bonded with the symbiote suit. The symbiote, that is Venom.
Yeah.
And
the alien.
The thing, though, is that he did it when he was Flash Thompson goes to, he joins the army and he loses a leg or an arm or some shit. And he comes back like a changed person. And the symbiote, he comes back with PTSD, I think, or some shit. But the symbiote suit bonds with him and it clears his head and stuff. And he uses it as an opportunity to do some good in the world. And the symbiote suit, then in that case, he actually becomes a hero known as Agent Venom. That's what they call him.
Huh. Have they ever went to the planet Venom where the symbiotes come from?
They actually did a recent run. I didn't read any of it, but there was a whole big storyline event that they did that was all based on the symbiote planet and the different symbiotes.
What is it called on that planet? What are
they called?
Yeah, because it's not called Venom.
That's the name that he chose.
Yeah. Because it has a name.
Symbiote planet. Clintar. Klyntar. That's the planet.
So they're Clintarians, I guess.
Yeah, and the personality is based on the symbiote. And I guess the symbiotes that came to Earth, it was originally just Venom. And I think he was stolen from it. It's weird that the timeline, because Spider-Man gets the Venom suit during Secret Wars, I think. Which is
who came up with that idea?
What?
The whole symbiote and everything with Spider-Man. So that's a pretty cool idea. Whoever thought of that?
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah. Whoever thought of Venom was like, yeah, let's throw an alien on him and make him crazy looking.
Todd McFarlane.
Oh, of course. Because he looks like his other character.
Eddie Brock. That was the guy's name.
He looks like...
Oh, actually...
What? They're super similar to Spawn.
Created by... Oh, yeah. Venom, the alien costume, which is different than Venom, Alien costume was created by Randy Schuler, Roger Stern, Tom DeFalco, Mike Zeck, Ron Frenz. And Venom was created by David Michelini, Michelini,
Okay.
and Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
The species are Clintar. They come from Clintar, or Gore's planet. That's about it.
It's interesting.
I mean, that's not it. There's like tons
There's a lot.
more.
Yeah. I get it.
But that's all. That's all we need to know.
No, we need to know more about this, man. We need to go deeper. Nah, that's good. I don't know. I get interested in things and then I have questions, but yeah, it just made me I think the whole reason why we started we were talking about Iron Man, and I just think like I think of another character from Spider-Man, was it Green Goblin, how he was kind of like a super soldier program. Like there's a lot of super soldier programs, so it makes sense if Iron Man's working with the military and stuff that they give him some stuff, to make him super, because he's flying.
You would
he's
think, but
exerting a lot of energy.
I don't know if that works for him.
He's crazy
because you have to. You can't just like give the superheroes all of this. Like Iron Man's thing is he's rich and he's smart.
No, but you can give him like enhancements, like. But
if you do that, then he's no longer who he represents.
Green Goblin was doing it too. Like
Green Goblin was a you're right, like a super serum
soldier kind of thing.
Shit that went bad.
And there's always been these programs, even back in like World War II and stuff. Super soldiers were talked about. That's a whole story of Captain America.
I don't think Green Goblin started like, I can't recall. It was so early on.
Oh, maybe in the comics it was different, but in the movie he's
There's
a scientist.
So many goblins.
Green Goblin, Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Different people taking on both of them. I think I don't know who's worse. There was a story arc where the Green Goblin and the Hobgoblin fight each other.
Yeah.
Because the Hobgoblin stole the Green Goblin's shit and just changed under a different Goblin title.
Yeah.
And he was mainly like a thief, whereas the Green Goblin was fucking psychotic.
That's funny. Whenever they start doing colors, they always have to make another color. Like if they call something green, they're gonna have a different color. Like an inverted one, like a Flash, and then the
Reverse Flash.
It's like, yeah, they like doing that. Even like Hulk and like Red Hulk.
It's interesting, like the way that some of the comics differ. Like for DC, all of the places that they were choosing to have these characters from or inhabit are all made up places in those early days and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas like Marvel was like, you know what? They're
Brooklyn.
all going to be fucking New York.
Yeah.
Because that's where I live and that's what I'm writing about.
Yeah, I live in Brooklyn. He's going to be from Brooklyn.
He's in Brooklyn. He's from Queens. He's uptown.
Yeah, those characters were... It was more real. I think that's probably why Peter Parker connects with so many people. He feels like a real character, going through some real shit. He's not perfect. He fucks up. He's juggling too many things.
Yeah, he's relatable.
Yeah, he's trying to go to school and be a superhero. Like and he wants to have a girlfriend, but he can't have a girlfriend. He's got all these issues.
There's always a problem. He's got to figure out a way to pay rent so he can help take care of his...
Yeah, he's poor essentially, but helping other people, I think
he's morally conflicted.
He's not polished, he's not Bruce Wayne, he's not, money's taken care of. I got no issues.
There's something you can like relate to in that. And I think that's one of the reasons, like, sure, Iron Man is smart, witty, and got
rich.
A fucking shit ton of money to do what he wants. But like, we can't just start giving him superpowers now, Because now he's too much. He's like,
now he's really cool.
He's got superpowers, and he's smart, and he's rich, and what the fuck?
He's got everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know, if he was really into that and all that, if this was a real person, he would be trying some shit. He'd be doing some fucking shooting up some secret sauce, getting all the shit.
I don't know. Because he's got a bad heart.
He's got a fucking electrified fucking heart, dude. He's got...
I feel like that's enough already.
That does give him a lot of energy, probably.
He's got to exert it.
Yeah. He's probably like, how does he even go to sleep, dude? Like, isn't he just running hot? Like, he's like, I don't sleep anymore. He's like, just up all the time, dude.
He just turns himself to like
turns off. Or
turns it off for a bit.
He goes into what is it?
Puts
Idle?
it to sleep mode. Yeah.
He goes into idle mode.
He's part machine now.
Yeah.
I love that. Just shuts down.
Yeah, he would have to, dude. He'd have to go to like low power mode or something, you know, where, you know, it's not like juicing him up so he can sleep. Because if he doesn't, he's probably gonna be. You would die, right? Eventually, you would die if you don't sleep.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you can go like, I forgot what I looked it up one time. There's a person that was awake for so many days, but I think that was the limit, dude. Because I think you die. I think you eventually fucking die, dude.
Dude, I would not be able to do that.
I think 12 days or something like that. What's the longest? Hey Google, what's the longest someone has stayed awake?
11 days and 25 minutes.
Oh,
On
shit.
the website newscientist.com,
11 days.
they say the longest time a human being has gone without sleep is 11 days and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
The world record was set by American 17-year-old Randy Gardner in 1963.
Yeah.
I also found an answer to this question. What is the longest a human can stay awake? Do you want to hear it?
Yes. Wonder if it's different.
264 hours. On the website scientificamerican.com,
How many days is that?
they say the easy experimental answer to this question is 264 hours. In 1965, Randy Gardner,
Oh, it's what he already
high
did.
school student, set
Hey,
the
Google,
daring world record
stop.
for a science fair.
You did it for a science fair?
Yeah, in 1960. I saw the thing on it. That's why I knew it was like 11 or 12 days. Yeah, it's all black and white photos and shit. Dude, yeah, he was 17, dude. He just decided to break the record or something like that.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
He said there was a documentary about it?
Something like it. It was something in the news or documentary. I saw something about
And
it.
he died?
No, he didn't die. He lived, but yeah. Let's ask Google. Hey Google, can you die if you don't sleep? Let's see what it says.
On the website healthline.com, they say if it's been more than 3 days and you can't sleep, it's best to see your healthcare provider right away. Eventually, your brain will begin to stop functioning properly, which can lead to organ failure and, in rare cases, death.
So organ failure and
if you
death.
don't sleep, your organs start to
Because your
fail.
brain doesn't function right.
Whoa.
Can you actually flip that switch over there?
Oh yeah, the fan's been on.
Oh, yeah, it has.
He said,
I was like, it's kind of chilly in here. And what are all those little bumps up there? That's not Google talking. I don't even know if they heard Google.
okay. Do you want to repeat?
Shit.
Do you want to repeat what what she was saying?
I don't even remember
Or
what she was
it?
saying.
Would you call it a she? Is it because it's in
It's got
a female,
a voice.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I don't
We'll
know.
call it she.
Hey, Google, are you a she or a he?
I don't
Digital
identify.
assistants like me don't have a gender,
See,
but I love when humans are their true selves and honor their gender identity.
why did they have to add that part?
Because Google's woke, bro.
Even Google's woke.
If woke makes money,
Did it say it
Google
was
is
happy?
woke. Yeah.
It's.
Hey, Google,
Can you?
do you have feelings?
I have lots of emotions. I feel excited when I learn something new.
How does it feel excited?
I don't know if it's just
Hey
pre-programmed.
Google, how do you feel excited? Let's see what it
On the
says.
website emotiontypology.com, they say you experience excitement as high arousal, accompanied
No,
by
no,
the
no.
feeling of
She's giving the
butterflies in your
definition
stomach
of being
trembling
excited.
and sweaty palms. To find out more, look
She
for the
doesn't
link
have
in
real
the Google
emotions.
Home or
She just
Google
wants you to
Assistant
think
app.
she has emotions.
Hey Google. Hey Google, can you fit as a digital assistant? Can you feel feelings?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
She
No.
won't answer you, bro.
No, she knows.
She refuses to answer. She knows what your game is. She ain't gonna expose herself.
What did you say? Do you feel what? Do you have emotions?
No, I said.
And then she said, I feel excited.
I think I said, do you have feelings?
Hey, Google, do you have emotions? I asked if I had
I have
emotions.
lots of emotions. I feel happy when I can help.
I feel happy when I can help. Interesting.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
I'm pretty sure it's not really thinking that or saying that.
It's listening
It's
to you right
pre-programmed
now.
bullshit. There's all these phrases available for it.
You think so?
Oh, definitely. All those little things, they're programmed and baked in there.
Yeah. What about when it's free thinking, when it stops just saying pre-planned quotes? Because right now it can say whatever it's been allowed to say.
I don't think it is free speak thinking.
No, I said, what about when that happens?
Then at that time, I don't know, it might change its attitude.
You know, there's Will Sasso?
No.
He was on Mad TV. If you've seen a picture of him, you would.
Will who?
Sasso. He was in like Three Stooges and like he's been in like a bunch of movies. And he was on Mad TV. He has a podcast right now where he's letting AI direct him. So whatever it says to do, he does. Like sometimes it gives him punishments. If they do challenges and he loses or something, like he has to like dress up, or he has to be like he dressed up as a crow, and like yeah,
I'm sorry, the AI gives him challenges?
It gives him directions on what to do.
Like, what does he do to ask the AI to give him these directions?
It's already like programmed, so it's listening, and then it gives them like scripts of like what to do on the show, like what to talk about. Like it's they're working with some company, some software company or something with AI, and they're it has access to a hard drive with like their information, so it's like learning about them and like what they like and don't like, how to make them, like it tells jokes and stuff, I guess, to them. Like they actually like talk to it. I haven't seen an episode, but I just saw an interview where he was talking about it, and I think they've been doing it for like a year now. And I don't know. It's interesting, dude. I gotta send you. I'll send you some clips. But yeah, if you look up Will Sasso AI podcast, see what it says.
Will Sasso AI podcast.
Yeah, like play a clip.
Welcome to Dudsy Entertainment professionals and longtime friends Will Sasso and Chad Culkin have been selected by a first-of-its-kind AI to host the groundbreaking podcast. So this podcast is hosted by the AI.
Yes.
Okay.
So it supposedly is like it has access to any media that they're on. So like if he does an episode on someone's show or something, the AI has access to watch it and listen to it and then absorb it, and then you can use that information. Like he was talking on there and he's like, it's gonna listen to this. Like he was saying that. I was like, this is so weird, dude. And like yeah, he's funny, dude. He's such a good improviser, and like he does voices and stuff like that. So,
dude, you know what we need? I was just saying this the other day. I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe I
is this a part of
this.
the topic? Or
no, it's definitely not. This is. I don't know where my mind went.
Go ahead.
No, it's stupid now that I think about it. I don't want to say it
what
anymore.
Do we need?
I don't even know.
You started down this road, dude. You got to finish it now, man. We got to go. You got to rip this Band-Aid off, dude.
Okay. Smell-o-vision.
You think that's a good idea?
I think it's a great idea.
Why would this be a good idea?
I think it's a very immersive way to enjoy television or movies, I would think.
Yeah.
If there's a way, like we're able to record right? We record sound. We can record imagery. You know, we could take a snapshot of what we're seeing. It's saved forever. Our voices are being recorded right now through a microphone.
Didn't they try smell-o-vision with TV?
No, but I mean, like, we can't record smell though, right? We can imitate it.
We can describe
we
it.
We could describe it. We can try to find something that smells similar to it and in a lab and create whatever the fuck that banana scent is or vanilla and almond bullshit candles. But we can't, we don't have an option to like record a smell completely. We can imitate a smell, but we don't have the option to like completely record it.
Like smell your sauce cooking on a cooking show.
Exactly. Or you're watching a fucking I don't know, a crime drama or something, right? And the detective yes.
Why?
Because okay, think about it.
You want to smell the burning flesh?
No, I want to. You walk into a room that it's a crime scene. Okay, maybe there's not a dead body or anything in there, but you get a sense like the detectives are looking around and seeing how dusty. That person lived. It's dusty. It smells like they might have been smoking in here. It's got a weird like scent to something. You know, you walk into someone else's house and your mood or your emotion changes based on the scents.
And you think people are going to want to smell this?
I think it would be an immersive experience to watch something. And I'm not saying all always has to be like something nasty, but to give you the sense of it, like you've got like a family standing there or sitting there and they're about to eat like dinner and it's soup. You smell the soup.
Well, what they're gonna do, because I think they're already past that point of recreating it or exposing you to it. It's already past that. Because have you seen Black Mirror before, right?
Yes.
Did you see the play set? I think that's what it was called. Where this dude gets he needs money, so he's in England and he goes to work for a video game company that's making video games.
Oh yeah. He was like a backpacker or something.
Yeah, and then they insert that bean or whatever or mushroom in the back of his neck, and then it just starts connecting with his brain. So, and then it starts learning about him, and then like it's trying to scare him. So it's creating all these crazy scenarios.
Yeah, and he
like,
fucking like dies in his own head or some shit.
Yeah. That's pretty much.
And he wasn't
even
in the game that long.
No, he was in there for 0.04 seconds or something like that. Like it created this whole scenario, this whole, game and everything that he was going through and everything in 0.04 seconds, and he was dead. And all they saw on their side was all of his synapses firing at the same time.
That's crazy.
And it killed him. But yeah, they're going to have some kind of connection to where they can just send the signal. We're going to just think of a really good smelling sauce, and then we're just going to, that will be the experience.
I feel like, sure, because we'd already know what that smells like. And so that sensation is now in our minds.
And we can create, it's just like when you read a book and it's, it's a thriller or something, and they're just describing the creature. You can always create a crazy creature in your head that's terrifying to you just based on the description. And that's why people hate the adaptation to books most of the time, because it's not their imagination. They're watching somebody else's recreation of the story and they're like, that's not what it looks like. It describes it as this or that, So it's like everybody has their own kind of idea in their head. And that's what makes it so unique experience, because everybody can create these and it'll be individualized to your imagination,
the way you perceive it.
Yeah, the way you've experienced. If you experience something in the dark, and you just think back to like that, and then you start applying that to the story, then it makes it more immersive than a movie, where a movie is just telling you or showing you this is what it looked like, blah blah blah, and then you have to decide whether I think it's kind of goofy looking.
Well, I guess that was the immersion I was looking for.
Yeah. So that would be similar then to this whole fucking computer thing. It would send you the idea, and then your imagination would just kind of fill in the gaps. And then you're like, wow, that must taste so good. You know, like I can smell the steamed rice and the vegetables.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like,
yeah. Like, did you ever go on that ride at Disneyland? Soarin', California.
yeah.
You'd fly over like the orange orchards, and you could smell the citrus,
the ocean and shit. Yeah, that's always a cool ride. And then you just float.
They don't have that anymore.
Did they get rid of it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! What'd they replace it with?
I think it was like Flying the World or something. So they upgraded it, and now I think it's gone for good.
What? Did someone fall off of it or something? Didn't somebody fall out of it?
Ooh, I don't know.
I think I thought I read that one time.
People have died in Disneyland.
Yeah, how many people have died? Hey Google, how many people have died in Disneyland? Let's see how many people died in Disneyland.
On the website damfirm.com, they say 63 people have died at Disney World from 60 reported incidents
That's Disney
as of
World.
October 2022.
I said Disneyland, didn't I?
Yeah, Disney World.
So why did they?
It's different.
Hey Google, how many people have died at California Disneyland?
On the website safer-america.com, they say, since its opening in 1955, there have been 26 deaths that have occurred at Disneyland.
Less than
or occurred
Florida.
later from an injury that was sustained there.
Oh.
Only 26 have died at Disneyland and 60? Something? 63 or something like
Yeah,
that?
and Disneyland has been
The
open
Wonderful World
longer.
of Disney. Disneyland 60 is a television episode
Hey, Google.
that first aired in
Shut up.
It just started going off on Disney World 60,
Mm-hmm.
which that was kind of weird. It just picked up keywords I was talking about, but okay. What do you think? It's alligators or what? What are they killing them in
I
Florida?
don't know.
What the hell are they dying from?
The park in Florida is way bigger, though.
It is.
Huge. I've never been, but I heard it's big. There could have been a number of ways. I know a couple at Disneyland.
I mean, that could be heart conditions too. Like, we don't know which each death was. You know, maybe there's an older community close by and people just go over there and die. I don't know. Yeah, unless we get the exact, like, records of, like, how each person died, we're not going to know. Like, you know, they get different tourists than California does. You know, they're in a different part of the world. I mean, it's kind of weird, you know, like, it's the United States, right? You know, we're all these states. But, you know, if this was in Europe, we would all be like different countries. You know, Florida is so much different from Boston.
Definitely so.
Yeah, they're basically two different Boston and Florida. Like,
But
Texas.
I mean, like, we kind of operate individually like that on our own, though.
Yeah, the states have their own rights and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, the way people are in these certain areas are so different from one another. It's crazy.
But also, we're huge as a whole together, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of land for sure.
Manifest Destiny took it all.
Right? Gotta make it.
It's crazy.
What do you think about Lewis and Clark, dude?
Dude.
Just huffing it across the fucking United States, dude. How wild was that? Like, fucking, they didn't even know what they were getting into. They're just walking
They
and
just
shit.
fucking went for it.
Walking, riding horses and shit. They're
I
like,
mean,
oh,
like,
there's a mountain. Let's go climb it.
Somebody had to, though. Somebody had to.
But they did it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think I think Lewis and Clark weren't the only explorers, right? There was other people, but
yeah, there's different parts that had already been explored, but
I'm saying when they were trying to go across
Mhm.
the United States, I'm pretty sure there was other people going at the same time. They're just not as notarized or recognized. But I'm pretty sure there was other groups like, hey, yo, we're
they
going
didn't
to,
have a Sacagawea.
right? That they needed is that what they used? Did they used a guide to get across the...
Yeah, she spoke a lot of different languages and different tongues.
It wasn't even totally like just free either. Wasn't it part of Mexico? They were just going across Mexico, weren't they? Because I've seen a map where the northern part of the United States was Mexico.
Yeah,
Like, it went far up.
It's weird. There's been a lot of different. Spain is owned part of the land.
Yeah.
France. There's the Louisiana Purchase from France.
Yeah. Yeah, the France.
Like that's why
The French Quarters.
you ever heard of Six Flags
Yeah.
theme park?
Yeah.
So the theme park Six Flags originated in Texas, and the first one was called Six Flags Over Texas. Over time, they opened different Six Flags locations with different city names, like Six Flags New Orleans and whatnot. And they would buy other theme parks and rebrand them as Six Flags. So like in California, local Californian people, we don't say, oh, we're going to go to Six Flags. They would say Magic Mountain.
Yeah, Magic Mountain.
Because
we called it Magic Mountain.
that was the original name of the park before it became Six Flags. Well, Six Flags actually means something when it started in Texas.
Owned six times.
Because Six
right?
Flags Over Texas. Texas as a state, as its own territory, has been under the rule of 6 different countries.
Yeah.
So there was Spain,
Mexico,
right. The United States.
Okay, France, right? Wasn't France one of them?
I believe it was France. Let's see.
Who else?
Spain, France, Mexico,
United States.
Oh, the Confederate States. So we have Spain,
the Confederates,
France, Mexico.
Yeah.
The United States, the Confederate States, and then finally the Republic of Texas. Because before Texas joined the United States, they declared their own independence, and they stayed an independent nation for almost a whole decade.
Nice. They're determined peoples.
Mm-hmm. They existed from March 2nd, 1936 to February 19th, 1846. They bordered Mexico, the Republic of the Rio Grande, and the United States of America.
How many times have you been to Texas?
I've been to Texas. I drove through Texas once. I drove from here to Austin. It was a long drive.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah. Texas is fucking huge.
I know, and you just drive forever.
It's full of valleys, and
it's pretty flat, too.
It's flat. There's a bunch of water towers in all these little towns.
And they're so spread out.
They're so spread out. And when you get through them, like we were driving and we just saw a bunch of signs for icy bridges. We saw a bunch of churches, and they're small churches, lots of churches.
Yeah.
Graveyards and cemeteries. Icy bridges, churches, cemeteries. That's pretty much it.
Dude, I can't believe we drove.
We drove a big giant budget truck.
Shit.
Moved a friend out there. Dude, it was fucking crazy. That fucking truck was insane. Right? When he drove it here with his wife, like I was supposed to help him drive it. So they drove from California here. It's like 5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah.
They spent the night here. Next day, we're trying to leave. No, they were just picking me up. Yeah, they were picking me up.
So they had a car and
they had her car with the cats.
Oh shit!
And his wife was driving with her mom, and I was going to be driving with him. So the truck was broken. Like it did not have the taillights working because he was hitching his car behind it. So he had a hitch on this truck full of all his shit.
Yeah.
And it was one of the big ones, like the biggest you can get. And then they hitched a car on it.
Dude, have you drove one of those before?
Yeah, because I did.
Oh, in the
we took turns driving it.
In Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is a beast, man.
Yeah. Well, we had a budget one. It was cheap. So first the lights didn't work, right? And so they had to take it to the budget center here in Phoenix. And the guy said, well, we're closing in like 10 minutes, so I can't help you. And we're like, well, we're supposed to be on the road to go to Austin. Like, we need to get there at a certain time to close on our house and everything.
He's like, we're going to close in 10 minutes, but you're like, yeah, but you're open.
Yeah.
You know, like what happened to that?
The guy was being a douchebag.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do anything about it. And they're like, well, like, we can't fix it. And we're not going to get you another one unless you want to move all your shit from one truck to another.
I would have said, yeah, fuck it.
Well,
Can you just take those lights off and put
the
them on this one?
mechanic stayed after hours on his own time, and he went and tried to fix the truck for us. And he bypassed the lights and just connected them directly to a battery line. And so the lights were always on.
Yeah.
So what we learned early on is that after the first night, like the headlights would turn off, but the lights around the truck would stay on.
Oh shit, that's not good.
No. And so because of that, the battery died constantly.
Of course.
Like it died all the fucking time. It was terrible. And so the battery would die and we'd have to jump it. So getting gas, we noticed that it would just die immediately, like trying to fill up this truck. So it would die while we were filling it up. If we waited too long, use the bathroom, grab some snacks, come back, it's dead. So we would have to
leave it on.
we did it like a pit crew. It was just me and him. Like he would get out of the car and he'd go and he'd get ready to pump. Like he'd have the pump there. The truck would still be on. We'd turn the truck off.
Okay.
He would pump. And then he'd go. As soon as it was done, he'd be like, done. And I would turn the truck back on immediately.
Jeez.
Just to make sure that it didn't die.
Yeah.
Because jumping it was sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked hardcore.
I can't even believe that little car.
We couldn't back up in the truck at all because we were hitching this car on it.
Yeah.
And the car was just being held by
the two front
one
wheel holder
and
thing.
It was a Prius, and you can't put those fucking things in neutral.
What? Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. So
that's
it fucked up his car.
That's like the Tesla, dude.
Yeah.
The Tesla you can't put in neutral either.
There's no neutral because there's no gears.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's ridiculous.
So for whatever reason, this Prius was electronic and you couldn't put it in neutral without turning the goddamn thing on. I don't know. It fucked it up is what we found out later. It rained a lot on the way to Texas.
Oh yeah.
So with all the rain, this truck, it leaked.
Oh, great.
It leaked. So, and there was nothing like you could do. You'd sit in the passenger seat. So uncomfortable, these seats. You'd sit in the passenger seat and you would just have water leaking on your head. And so we had like grocery bags and we had like a bag that the water bottles came in, and we would tie it up a certain way so that it would like leak down onto the floor, not us.
Jeez.
Like it would just catch the leak and roll down the bag. Yeah. Also, there's no Bluetooth or anything in this radio, but we do have auxiliary.
Yeah.
But the auxiliary is finicky. So you have to get it in the right position and don't move it.
This was the worst van ever.
It was the worst fucking trip, and it took us like 16-hour drive to get there.
Jeez, this is a nightmare. It was
forever. Yeah, it sucked. And then the seats were uncomfortable to begin with, but like the armrest, there was no armrest next to you. So you're sitting in the passenger seat and you just have like the one armrest. So you can't get comfortable. Like you can't just like rest your arms or move around. It's a long drive and you're just sitting there. It sucked. So that was another fucking terrible thing. And then Texas is dark at night. If you're traveling in those, because none of the highways like connect. No. You have to take these roads and go through towns and shit. So you're driving through and there's no street lights and it's dark as pitch black fuck. And you're looking for deer and shit jump out the side of the road.
Yeah. It's a problem.
And so what happened was his wife would trail behind us. And I remember we were at a light and it was like a no turn on red light. And we met the light. So we had it turned red on her. She got stuck behind,
Oh, yeah.
So she was going to catch up. There's no one else on the road. It's the middle of the night. No big deal. But I had noticed, I was like talking to my friend. I was like, hey, turn the brights on, bro. I can't see shit anymore. And he's like, they are on. I was like, what? They are on. I'm like, damn, I didn't realize the lights were this low. I didn't remember not being able to see so much. He's like, no, my wife's car behind us is what has been giving us light this whole time.
Wow.
her lights are way brighter than the lights of our truck that it shines enough forward for us that we can actually see where we're driving.
Jeez.
It was like, what the fuck? This is the worst. The windshield wiper blades broken.
Oh my God. Everything that can not work with this truck
was so fucking bad, bro. It was terrible. Dude, oh my God.
Did he not look at the truck at all? He just took it?
They were trying to go on a fucking budget, you know?
Oh my God.
They would have to rent something across country pretty much. Oh, damn, bro. It was crazy as fuck.
I drove one of those big ass trucks when I moved one time, and dude, they don't really give you any instructions whatsoever. They just hand you the keys and say good luck, dude. And you're not certified. I'm a decent driver, so I got used to it, but you're up high.
Oh yeah,
you're sitting up tall. You feel like you're in a fucking diesel or something.
That's why whenever I see U-Hauls or anybody on the road, like I always take caution around them.
No, they're not experienced.
These guys don't know how to drive something so big.
Yeah,
they've done it before.
And U-Haul doesn't give a fuck, dude.
No.
They just hand you the keys and like, good luck.
They want you to fuck it up. It's like, I didn't get the insurance, did you?
Man, and they drive like a beast, man. And then I remember backing it up, dude, and it was like swinging side to side and stuff, going up the curb, and like I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, because when the winds fucking hit you, it's a fucking not aerodynamic at all.
Oh no,
you don't cut through the wind cuts you.
I drove
like the whole thing. You feel it like turning.
When I just drove around the city, like from one part to another, like I can't even imagine going across a fucking state with that beast, dude.
The steering wheel was offsetting.
Oh my God. This was the worst U-Haul invented.
So bad, this budget truck.
How did you not notice any of this driving?
You think about that, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what straight is. You're going to go straight. The steering wheel could be off-centered. But when you're driving for so long and you're looking at it and it's like not off-centered a little bit, it's like dramatically off-centered.
That's the alignment, dude.
It's so bad.
Somebody hit like a big ass bump and messed it up.
This truck is. I hope they've retired this truck,
dude. So they parked that thing in Texas, right? And that was it.
So we went and dropped it back off, and we were scared about it too because we were like,
these lights aren't going to
turn off. No.
Oh,
they paid for me to fly back.
No, but I thought for a second you drove that. Freaking beast all the way back to Arizona or something, dude.
Yeah, it was on my budget truck. Fuck that shit. We unloaded that shit, and then we went and got a fridge. We picked up a fridge at like Lowe's in it.
With it, yeah.
And I remember we had to keep. Oh my God. Okay, so check this out. So we go to pick up this fridge, and it's the three of us. It's me, him, and his wife. Because his mom helped him move, but she left right away, and I stayed out there for a little bit longer because I was gonna help them get set up and whatnot.
Yeah.
So me, him, and his wife are sitting in the truck, and I don't know what the fuck happened here. She's sitting in the middle, and she looks around, and she reaches and pulls an armrest from the driver's side. We were like, what the fuck? There's armrests in here.
She found one.
And then she reached around and pulled another one from the passenger side. She found both the armrests because this truck, for whatever reason, has the most complicated armrest system. It like folds into the back of the
back seat.
It doesn't fold up on the side. It folds up on the side and then folds backwards.
And she saw it.
And she pulled it out.
Oh my God, you guys could have had one this whole time.
We could have had fucking armrests. We spent the entire trip, passenger side and driver's side. The only thing you had to armrest yourself on was the door,
and it was
which was far and down. So it was like, how is that an armrest?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so fucking bad.
Jeez. This was a U-Haul from hell, dude.
It really was. Oh, and I remember there was like some weird security feature trying to start it too. Like an anti-theft mechanism for the starter. So you had to like do something funky with the key before you can actually get it to start.
Of course. Why would there not be?
Why would something in this fucking truck be easy to deal with?
Did they have mirrors on the side? Did a mirror break or something? I mean, come on. I know there's something else. Did it latch rickety. I saw somebody driving a U-Haul one time and the whole thing was popped up. I'm like, this motherfucker didn't even close it. And I was like, oh shit, that shit's gonna fall out, man.
Luckily, we didn't have to open that latch until we actually got there. So I don't think there was a problem with the latch. I was just done with that truck. By the time we got the fridge back and the armrest situation, I was like, can we stop and get some beer? Please?
Jeez, I know, man. I need some hard liquor after that.
And it's funny, you can only get liquor at a liquor store.
Yeah.
Like an actual designated store for liquor.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then they have, I don't think they sell, like liquor stores aren't open on Sundays or some shit like that.
We take it for granted that we can go to a grocery store and get liquor, but there's a lot of states where
like nearly 24/7.
They have to be like licensed for liquor only. Like it's a whole thing. And they can only sell it up to a certain time, right?
Yeah, they can only sell it up to a certain time. And then
that's it. You just can't.
That's it. So you want beer and wine, you can go somewhere else. And then it's closed on certain days. Like I don't think they're open on the weekends, or at least the very least Sunday.
So goofy, man. Why?
Like you can't buy alcohol on a Sunday, so you would walk into like the Walmart or the beer section of a grocery store, and they actually have gates that they have to close to keep people from shopping in those aisles. So the aisle closes. Have you ever been to a fucking store where there's gates to close you off from the aisle, but it's also like almost the entire aisle is caged up because like they block off the tops too? Like, and I think you're gonna ninja yourself over the side of it to buy some beer.
You know, someone's tried.
You did it. I guess you can buy the beer now.
Well, you passed our test, so you get to keep it. Scurry on. No,
it's fucking crazy.
I want to say I remember like when I was a kid or something, there was like a store like that where they used to do that. Like at a certain time of the night, they would just like close off the liquor section with like a little dragging gate. It wasn't that extreme where they had to close the top, but I remember them having like it blocked off. Like, oh, you can't go in there after a certain time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then there's places like Tennessee where they have like dry counties and shit. Or Kentucky.
They don't sell any?
Yeah, like you can't sell any alcohol or liquor in these counties.
That's so
They're
weird.
dry counties. Like you got to go somewhere else to get it. And I think I want to say it's God, what's that liquor? Whiskey. Is it Johnny Walker? Is it the black labeled one?
Johnny Walker has a black label.
Is it? No, Jack Daniels.
Okay.
I think it's Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels is bottled to Tennessee. It's Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, it's Tennessee whiskey.
It is the factory that they make it, like, is in a dry county.
Huh.
So when people go to, you would go and tour a distillery.
Yeah.
And they give you like samples.
Yeah.
Or you can buy the shit there.
Yeah.
So they can't sell you whiskey.
Oh my God. So stupid.
So they sell you Jack Daniels bottles that are for decorational purposes only.
Oh my God.
And they're filled with whiskey in them. So they're just normal Jack Daniels bottles, but they're marketed as commemorative, not for consumption. But they are for consumption. Because, you're there at the Jack Daniels place. You want Jack Daniels something.
So they probably put like some goofy like wrapping on it or something like.
Yeah, they have to put like a thing saying this is like a gift shop,
a
souvenir bottle, commemorative bottle or special whatever.
There's always a loophole,
even just so that they can sell you the whiskey.
Of course, they got to get their money, man. But I mean, you're there. You want to buy it from there.
You can't open it and taste it or do anything
that's
with
stupid,
it.
though.
No.
Yeah, they got to fix that. Maybe they can circumvent that somehow. Like it's a taste testing. It's not. They're not selling it to you. I don't know. You're just tasting it. We're gonna look this way, and you have a cup in your hand. So here we go. We're looking away.
What you do with that? I mean, we don't know.
There's a spoon here, and you have a cup, but we're going to look this way. and they just like look away. There's a spout
Whatever
here.
you do not drink
Yeah.
from that water fountain filled with whiskey.
Yeah.
We don't know how whiskey got in that water fountain, but it's in there.
Yeah.
You could drink to the one right next to it, so don't confuse them.
Hey, but
We're gonna walk into the other room now.
That's confusing though, because if you work there, you have to test it. You have to taste it. They taste that shit. So what's the rules on that, man?
That is different. I think that's because it's like
A factory
job title.
quality test,
and assurance.
This is quality test, and they have like quality test guys. Yeah, we're just quality testing. You know,
They're not drinking a drink.
So
they have to come in every day and they got to take like a questionnaire that says like, are you an alcoholic? How many times do you purchase beverages?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy whiskey? No.
So why don't they have the quality check tour? They should just have a quality check tour. This is a quality check tour. We're just going to be checking quality, people. Okay.
Don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's for business purposes
fill out
only.
this survey, and it's just like
I consent that I will not enjoy this sip of whiskey, and my only reason for consuming it is for quality assurance, not for my own enjoyment
or benefit.
Tickling of the tongue.
Yeah. If at any point I want to end the quality check, I can
maybe
exit.
like they can only do a quality check once a day. Like you can't do more than once.
And they have to do it like in front of a police officer or something.
Yeah, they have to do it in front of a bunch of people.
So state or a city employee.
Imagine like you get arrested every day, but then they cite release you.
Hey, did you take 2 drinks? You took 2 drinks. And they start chasing you, dude, just because you quality tested too much. That sounds so stupid. You know, they're just handing the police officer a shot every time, dude. They're just both getting drunk.
Like they go into a room and it's like, all right, I got to watch him. Can't do it.
He's got his bottle just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is dumb. It's just dumb rules. It's just rules that have rules.
I don't know. I feel like we might have made up half of these rules for them.
But
we don't know the fucking law there.
We don't, but I'm just saying if it's, you know, why can't, you know, liquor is legal. So what are you doing? Like it's legal federally. It's legal across the states. What are we doing here? Why are we dry?
Because it's not. It's not legal in those counties.
That's what I'm saying. Why did they make it illegal in those counties? It's so weird.
It's because a lot of those southern places.
Is that where they were bootlegging?
No.
Is it maybe because of that? They were making moonshine?
It's half of that, but it's also a lot of the religious fanatic about it. So they've got like a lot of hyper religious people who believe that like that's sin, that's bad, and you shouldn't be able to do this. And that's why a lot of them won't sell alcohol on Sundays. And it's not like, oh, we won't sell alcohol ever. It's just we can't do it on Sunday.
And we don't make chicken sandwiches on Sunday either.
Yeah, can't do that.
Nope. Even though it's delicious.
So good.
I'm going to go get some right now. Where are we at, man?
Oh, we're at 123.
We're done, man. We fucking blew it.
Fucked this shit up, man.
Out of the park, dude.
Blew it so far out of the park, I don't even know. It's in a different park.
It was done, dude.
It's so done. All right. Well, this has been another fabulous episode of Digital Cortex. My name's Steven. That's Random Styles. And have a good night.
Yay.